on the wrist. They obviously want him right for next week.
Okay, we're underway in the quarter number 4. Here's Luke Rabarchik for City Park Radio Sport.
Plays restarted. Final quarter here at UTAS on what is now a sunny Saturday afternoon. Fist came from Nankervis. Walsh was at the fall of the ball. He paddles at some 15 metres forward. And then he laid a good tackle on Finlay Poke. A couple of young bulls there go at it. We'll have a ball up, centre wing, in front of our broadcast position here. Leader compete against Jackson. Jackson's battled hard all day, started the game well. Comes down the way of Simpson. He kept the arms free, but a good tackle. That was applied by Norton. The umpire is forced to ball it up once more. Max, North Hobart would just be looking to, I guess, win this quarter. Would that be the aim?
Oh, I think so, Luke. They just need to get a bit of credibility back just for their own self-confidence. I don't think the Devils will be back next week, Foz. No. So, they're looking at the same outfit that what they got on the board now. So, on the park now. So, they just need to get some... Keep running, boy. Keep running.
Nice tackle made by Leafheber. He was rewarded with a holding the ball decision. Ball comes inside forward 50. McCulloch outstretched the arm. Couldn't reel it in. And now Jeffries comes away from half back for the Bombers. Kick over the wing. Rushton can run onto this ball. Bounce wasn't kind, and then he overran it. Got a cruel bounce, did Rushton. Arriving now is Bales. They've got the free kick, the Bombers. Rushton comes back inside. Doesn't give the handball at first, then goes off the left boot. Looking for Jeffries down there on the forward flank, but the boundary line wins out, and we'll have a boundary throw-in.
As luck would have it, Maxie, North Hobart have actually got the bye next week. The Bombers are going down to Clarence, down at Blunston Arena, so that could be an interesting one.
Absolutely.
A goal there to Clarence as I speak, and they're out to a 9-point lead. They have the breeze in the last quarter. 12-point lead. Boundary throw in front of the scoreboard. Sun-drenched UTAS Stadium. We had a shower half an hour before the game, but it's been pretty good conditions throughout the day. Here's Cox Goodger. Tries to take possession. He's tackled immediately. Ball's released out towards Jeffries. He has a bit of a fumble. He's also tackled, and we'll have a ball up on attacking 50. So goal kickers, just reminding you of those 3 today, the major ones. 3 to Tommy Bennett, 2 to Daniel Withers, and 2 to Jack Rushton.
Cox Goodyear with a couple as well, Dave.
Yep. Thanks, Barch. On the ball there is Withers. Gets the handball speculatively towards Simpson to Cox Goodyer, who's thrown down in a tackle. Simpson slow to get up in the back play. Kick comes towards half forward, but it's taken by Alex Lee. Repels that attack. Out wide here to, I think that's Stingle. They look alike, Jeffries and Stingle. That's the number 58 there in Michael Stingle. He goes short and finds Donley. Donley takes his time, invited now to play on. Gets around the man on the mark. Kicks inside 50. Rushton leads out. Jackson too much height. Handball back now towards Kilpatrick on the left. Kick goes straight down the throat of Michael Stingle. Made his debut last week. Kicks towards attacking 50. Not sure who he's looking for there. Was it Bales? Couldn't take the mark. Oh, the fumble there this time by Jeffries. They're forcing it forward through Connor Smith. Gets the handball to Kilpatrick. Back to Smith. Little chip kick here towards Rollins. Gee, the cavalry are coming there. Rollins couldn't quite take the mark. Here's Van Dam. And Lockie Mitchell, the 2 debutantes, fired it out. Centre wing, 12-14-86. North Launceston, North Hobart, 1-4-10. Do we get a final AFL score at Ballarat?
Still going. Halfway through the final term, Foz. 0 goals in the last quarter when I last looked, and the Bulldogs were hanging on to about a 4-goal margin. 25 points to be precise. Play goes on here at UTAS. Handball comes out the way of Avent. He went inside 50 off the left boot, but that was ill-directed. Williams came out, gave it over to Kilpatrick, but he was sold into trouble. Strong tackle by Bennett, got his man down, and he's been rewarded. Kilpatrick argues the point. He said, I got the ball away legally. Umpire says no. Bennett has it. 55 metres out from goal, almost directly in front. Here comes the lead from Burt. Kick looks good. Found him. Too much space there. That was a little bit too easy. Led up Burt, and the kick was good from Bennett. Found his man. 35 to 40 metres out. No angle to speak of.
They'd certainly done that a few times between the two of them, and you could just see Tom Bennett waiting. Burt was just walking amongst the traffic and caught the North Hobart guys asleep, and then he just accelerated and was in front of 4 of them just like that.
Burt leaves the boot 40 out. Might not make the distance. They do get a hand on it, do the Demons, one behind. Just interested to get your thoughts, Max, in terms of where maybe you think, Launceston were very good last week, starting the season well. Where do you think the Bombers might be at?
Let me think about it, Luke.
All right. I'll come back to you on that one. McCulloch, he's got on centre wing. No mark paid. We'll have a stoppage. Outer side wing. 5 minutes going in the last quarter. 77 points the margin. Bombers way. They've led it for the entirety of the afternoon since Bennett kicked the first, and they haven't looked back since. Lee won it down nicely to the back. Pearce elected not to go to the ball. Allowed Avent to come through. Picking up with Simpson. He goes inside 50 looking for Bennett, but getting back in the hole there was Williams. No, Bennett was infringed upon. They're saying that his man held him out while Williams
Senior
allowing Williams Jr. to go back and take the mark. But that was illegal, the umpire said, and Bennett will shoot for his 4th of the afternoon. Kick 2 in the third quarter, Foz.
It's a real return to form by Bennett as he plays on. Little short kick. Marked. Stingle. He'll go in and shoot for goal on the left foot with Michael Stingle. And he's got it, has he?
No.
No, he's offline. Umpire moved to his left, so a bit of an opportunity missed there from the Bombers. 12-16, 88. 28 scoring shots to 5. But I tell you what, Maxie, the Bombers will be really happy with Tommy Bennett. He looked about out of sorts last year, but he's come back into form this year. What we see, I thought he was all right last week, but today he's back kicking goals. That's what they need him to do.
Yeah, he is. He's going to be their target forward. And last year, as we've seen, Burt was used a lot forward and back. They're probably going to have to need to persevere with him up forward as well. So between the two of them, they're going to be kicking the winning scores.
Binoculars time. It's on that far side of UTAS Stadium. Picking up there is Withers. Gets clear. Gets a handball to Jeffries. Nice handball to Nathan Pearce. Pearce towards the goal square towards Burt. Tries to take a one-handed mark. Now here's Avent right against the line. Out of bounds. Quick score from KG5. And it's Clarence now out to a 19-point lead with that breeze in the last quarter. 20 minutes gone. 74 plays 55. Twin ovals, it's the Tigers 81, leading at Lauderdale 42. Over to you, Barch.
Boundary throw in. Deep inside the Bombers attacking end here. Left foot kick at goal. That'll be offline as well. And they'll be a little bit disappointed with the start of this quarter, the Bombers. 7 minutes in. They've done all the attacking.
5 inside 50s to 1, Barch.
5 inside 50s from Dave Gruber. Haven't put a major on the board yet. I made the comment in the three-quarter time break. Dave Gruber doing a stunning job, but I want to see his budget increased. I think he's being held back by technology here at UTAS Stadium, Foz, but we'll get onto that later on.
Controversial.
Meanwhile,
it's only your first game, Barch. Don't get too controversial.
Well, you know, you bring in some fresh blood. McGee's been here for a while. We need some new ideas. But anyhow, Nankervis delivered to Bales. He went off the left boot towards the centre of the ground. Rushton couldn't take it alongside his ankles. Came to Hardy. He fed a handball back. And they come away. This is nice play from the North Hobart Demons, but the left foot kick is ill-directed. And taking a pretty comfortable mark going back there was Mitchell, the first game up. Comes over the top to Jeffries. He has time and space. They've got a free man inside forward 50 if they can get there. Pearce doesn't go there. Goes by hand now. Avent strolls in. 45-degree angle. Shot at the goals. Just offline. And another behind. That's their 18th of the afternoon.
4 in this quarter, Barch.
12-18-90, and they've been wasteful.
Be interested to hear from Rob down on the boundary as to what was happening with Mark Walsh. He come off pretty ginger there a while ago. Rob?
There's a little snap for goal here. It's not bad. That's a goal to the Bombers. Just got to pick up who got the goal there. I think it's number 21, Ryan Whitney. Yep, and snapped the goal for the Bombers. So he's on the scoreboard. That's their 13th, 13-18-96. And that might be his first goal in TSL football, Ryan, because he didn't score one last week. So congratulations, Ryan Whitney. 13-18-96 to 1-4-10.
I'm not sure whether we have the stats, Dave, for defensive half turnovers for North Hobart, but there was another one. They've certainly had a few of those this afternoon where they've turned it over, overusing the ball in their back half, Max.
Absolutely. Rob, what do you know down there, mate?
Oh, better turn him on. Here we go.
Nothing serious, guys. Just a couple of knocks, but I checked out Ben Simpson as well. Just a slight corky there, but all clear this end.
Play restarts after the first goal of this final term. North Hobart have it at half-back. Ball comes out towards Leafhever. He kept it going his way. Couldn't take it in the end. Plying a shepherd was Lee. That opened the door for, I think that was Simpson coming through. Kicked down towards half-forward towards Avent. Ball was spoiled away from him over the line. Half-forward flank for the Bombers, near side.
You asked me, Luke, where we think North Launceston will be. I think we'll know a bit better after next week when they play Clarence. The Devils for both teams will still be out. Clarence don't have a lot. I think there's Baker Smith and 2 or 3 others. We've got the got the Sanders boys up here in the north, so I think it'll be a good measure as to where they're going to sit in the comp after next week's game against Clarence.
Should be a good contest, and they'll certainly want to take some positive momentum into that game. So they'll be keen to finish off strongly here, the Bombers. We're 10 minutes into this final quarter and just the 1 goal on the board. They've extended that margin to 86 points. North Hobart have it, out of side, defensive 50. They come in board to Sandrick, takes it and goes. Handball over the top, wasn't to his teammates' advantage, but he did well, Hugh Williams Senior. Scrubbed a kick towards Leafheaver on the outer wing, but he couldn't gather the ball inside the field of play, and we'll have a boundary throw in out of side.
Centre wing, beautiful side here at Newtown Stadium. And of course, the AFL return here on Anzac Day, Hawthorn versus Adelaide.
That should be a cracker, Foz, actually, with the big Texan in form and Hawthorn going all right 2 early rounds.
Absolutely. They're big improvers, Adelaide, along with Sydney this season. Bales overruns it. So a lot of players near the contest. Umpire whistle. He might have picked out a free kick. Chris Kay pointed the wrong way. Now he says it's your ball, Harry Bales. Had a really good third quarter. He kicked a goal. He's a good left foot kick and he kicks inside 50 now. Avent front position. Cox Goodyer thumped away by Millhouse. Still at half forward. Rushton's in there. Kick inside 50. He's going to fall straight into the lap there of Millhouse. So Trent Millhouse, Hugh Williams Jr., Hugh Williams Senior have been working overtime with that defence today. A lot of possessions. Short kick's a good one to Kilpatrick. First game back for the season. Gets around his opponent. Kicks into the centre of the ground looking for Rowlands, but it's cut off. Front position there, Michael Stingle, who's having a bit of it in this last quarter. He plays on straight away, inside 50, and mark taken there by Jackson, who's faded a bit. Had a good first half. Gets over here towards Williams Jr., I think it is.
Josh Hilder coming towards the bench for North Hobart. Looks in a fair bit of discomfort holding the right shoulder, guys.
Okay.
Not looking good at all.
Yep, number 38, Josh Hilder. We'll get a report from the boys on that.
Meanwhile, the ball's gone inside forward 50 for the Bombers, and they've taken a mark, and they will have a shot at goal.
Looks like, is that Jackie Avent?
Avent hasn't hit the scoreboard this afternoon. He's been busy, but he'll go back now. 35 metres out, slight angle. He'd fancy his chances from here. Jackson stands the mark. Avent comes in now, crosses the 50. Kick on its way. Looks pretty good off the boot, but just fading late. Misses to the outer side, one behind. That's their 19th of the afternoon, nearing the 100, 97. North Hobart, 1-4-10.
Ball comes back into play. Fumble there by Bingham. Shrugging the tackle there is Stingle. Nice handball back here towards Donnelly. Kick towards the goal square. Jeffries, good spoil coming over the top there was Hugh Williams Senior. Here's Withers. Lit it up in the first half. Centering kick to the top of the goal square. Lots of North Hobart defenders. They should clear it. Player down there in a bit of trouble. Let's get the glasses up. It's rolling around on the ground. Not getting up in a hurry. His teammate goes over to him. The number's in the 30s. If I might stop it here. Very slow to get up. See if you boys can pick up a number there. Might be Connor Smith, the debutant. He's up now and away. Ball up in the goal square for North Launceston. Cox, good little snap. Bennett's got it. He's tackled by about 3. So ball up in the goal square. 13-19, 97 the Bombers. North Hobart 1-4-10. Jackson up against Donnelly. Donnelly wins the tap. Gets it back again as Donnelly. Snaps for goal as Donnelly. Offline, out of bounds on the full. About halfway through this last quarter, and it's the Bombers by 87 points.
Fair to say the sting's gone out of this one to a certain extent, Dave. North Hobart goes short from the restart. Connor Smith takes it in the back pocket. He goes over the top, looking for Sandrick. The umpire has paid the mark. That was a bit of a Robbie Gray from last night, I think. I think that ball was out of bounds, but nevertheless, they come away. Spilling what he should have taken was Josh Bingham. Comes over now towards Norton. He dropped at his feet. Players pile in on this ball on centre wing. Pops out towards Kilpatrick. Had a couple of goes at it. Couldn't take it. Now Jackson gives a handball away. Round the body comes the kick, but Lee's first back. He played on quickly. He also went around the body. Flying over the top, there was Sandrick. Couldn't bring the ball to ground. The umpires finally paid a free kick. That will go the way of the Bombers. Advantage paid. Pearce crosses the 50. Runs inside. Shot at the goal. Looks pretty good from Pearce, but again just fading away and one behind. So they've done all the attacking again in this last quarter. The Bombers haven't put it on the scoreboard.
1 goal, 6.
Been wasteful this afternoon. 13:20 for the afternoon. Comes down the outer side now. Leif Heber comes out full-chested. Couldn't take the mark. Dropped probably what he should have taken. As a result, the ball spills over the line. Outer wing will have another boundary throw in.
Since half time, 7-13 to 1 behind. Gee, it's been a big last half from the Bombers. Fairly competitive North Hobart there in the first half. We've got an update coming up soon. We'll just wait for the next stoppage from Rob Soward down on the boundary about young Hilda. It's close to the boundary line. Kick in hope there by Millhouse, close to the boundary. Thumped away by Nan Curvis. It's out of bounds, so we'll get down to you, Rob. Young Hilda for North Hobart.
Thanks, guys. Tony's just checked that out. Bit of a head knock for young Hilda, and also an update on Walsh from North Launceston. I don't think we'll be seeing him again today. Just precautionary there. Big game for them next week, as you said. That's
right. So they're resting up there, Foon and Walsh. Those are key players they can't afford to lose, especially in a big game like next week. Caswell close to the line. Little handball to Hardy. He gets it back here towards Rowlands. If he can get a handle on it, inside out kick. Attacking 50. It's an inside 50 here for North Hobart. A rare one for this last quarter. Only their second one for the last quarter. To North Launceston's 11. So can they make the use of this opportunity?
I'd be keen to just take something out of this game. Finish it off. Just the one major for the afternoon so far. Going into a bye, they'd want to finish on a positive note. Uncontested almost in the ruck was Lee. He took it out, but the kick didn't go far. As a result, North Hobart. Deep entry here. Couldn't take it over the back. Taking the crumbs was Van Buren. Gave a short handball. Kick comes over the top, and they're away. Edmonds, look away handball. Finds Cossins. Short ball to Pearce. He's got plenty of space. Edmonds runs on, directs some traffic from alongside him. Coming across and giving a good chase is Poke. Edmonds gives a good shepherd. They go forward. Ends with Cox Goodyer. Going inside the forward 50. A player's been put down here behind the play. I think that might have been Cox Goodyer after he gave the ball away.
Pearce is down.
Yeah, it's Pearce.
It's Pearce.
Gave it to Cox Goodyer, and I think might have get a little bit of a rub on the chin from Hugh Williams Jr.
He's up now. Meanwhile, the ball
get ready for a special
with Cox Goodyer. Runs to 55. Long left foot kick at the goal. That's through. That's a quality finish from Cox Goodyer. That's his third of the afternoon. He's kicked one in every quarter barring the first, and that is the 14th for the Northern Bombers. They surpass 100. They're 14-20, 34 shots at goal, 104, and this is a large margin now, 1-4 North Hobart, 10.
Well, Cox Goodyer, when he gets in that range, Max, he's just a pleasure to watch, isn't he?
Yeah, it was the perfect spot for him. We know it. You know, grab the ball between 60, 65 out. He runs his 10 or 15, and just with that left foot arc, didn't look like he was going to kick a goal until the last, 12 or 15 metres in the air, and just has that natural curve on it at the end, like he has done all his career, and he was pretty happy with that one.
So one in the second, one in the third, one in the last quarter for Cox Goodyer. He kicks 3. Beautiful tap from Lee to Simpson. Sideways kick. Player will have to play on that Stingle. Gets away from his opponent easily.
Just quickly in the AFL, Foz, the Doggies have got the job done by 19 points. They remain undefeated after 4 games.
That's great for the Doggies as Daniel Withers. Funny sort of kick inside 50 might work out. Bert's there. They're just pumping it outside defensive 50 now, the North Hobart team. And it's going to come back again. Play on, Nankervis. Claim the mark now. It's with Withers. Back to Lee. Back to Nankervis. They're playing keepings off for the Bombers. It's now with Simpson. He's got Van Buren wide. They can launch an attack here. They go inside 50. Probably overcooked that a bit, did Van Buren. It's going to fade away and go out of bounds. We might get down to Rob, who's got some news there on McCulloch from North Hobart. Or is it Tony? Tony.
It's Tony. Yeah, look, they've been doing a lot of work on young Jack for a while there. About 10 minutes ago, they were working him on the boundary. Had his Guernsey off, working on the back area. He's still in the rooms there. Not in the room, sorry. He's in the shelter there. They've strapped him up a whole heap of plastic to tighten up around the ribs by the looks of it. I don't know if he's going to go back out. I can't really see the point, to be honest.
Bales kicks it towards the top of the square. Bit of a wrestle there. Burt might win the wrestle. He does. Kicks it off the ground for another one for the Bombers. That takes the margin to the ton. 100 points. 15, 20, 110 to North Hobart. 1-4-10. And Zach Burt, he's had a few opportunities today, Maxie, and that's his first goal.
It is. He's worked very hard for no return, so I'm glad he's got himself on the board today. He's done a lot of hit-up leads where in previous years they would have used him, but just the inexperience of some of the boys not being able to lower their eyes and see the big birder running out just hasn't been used up as much as what he would have liked, but he'd be very happy to get his name in the paper for tomorrow, I think.
I'd be pleased with a couple of late goals here, the Bombers, just putting a little bit of this fourth quarter dominance on the board. Kicked a couple late. We're into time on, fourth quarter. Play restarts. Laying a nice tackle there was Avent. As a result, they'll go inside the 50 again, looking for Burt, leading out towards the pocket. But the boundary line beats him to it. We'll have a boundary throw in 25 metres around from the Northern Bombers goal there. And attack once more.
15-2, the inside 50s, Barch.
Been absolutely dominant. Dave Gruber's sheet is very one-sided. Let's put it that way. Boundary throw in, forward pocket, Bombers in attack. Donnelly at the back, tried to get it towards Simpson. Now it comes the way of... Couldn't quite pick that player up. Might have been Donnelly had a flying shot at goal, but it went across the face.
I think it was the coach.
Cox Goodyear.
Yep.
Looking for his fourth. Couldn't get there. Out of bounds on the full. It will be brought back into play here for the Demons. They'll go long down the line. High fire required, but taking a good mark, standing his ground at the front of the pack. I think that was Colgrave there. Strong hands. Comes into the heart of the centre square. Taking a nice mark is Leafheber. This is better from the Demons. Looking for something now. Plays on. Goes short and wide. Finds Jackson. He's got a little bit of space. Goes over the top. Needs to be precise and is. That finds Bingham. 75, 80 metres out from goal. Plays on now. Goes past Nankervis, and he's found a target inside forward 50. 40 metres out. Leafheber can go back and have a shot for their second of the afternoon. And they're able to control the ball there. Their foot skills were good. And this would be a much-needed goal just to end the day on a positive note in a day that hasn't had a lot of positives in it for North Hobart, fair to say, Dave.
Absolutely.
So the man on the mark, he's 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. Leafheber comes in, kick on its way. Not a bad effort, but just to the near side. That's their fifth behind. Takes them to 1-5-11. Narrows the margin to 99.
Okay, they'd like to keep within the ton. Psychological figure as Van Buren cruises out of the defensive area. Goes wide, finds Bennett over there who's drifted up the ground. Tommy Bennett kicked the 3 goals today. He plays on. It's a 1-2 contest though. The Demons should win out here. Although it's one nice there by Burt. Burt kicks towards Avent, attacking 50. Avent has a few options inside. He goes long here looking for Lee. Rises high in his 100th game. Couldn't take the big screamer. And the follow-up, the D's do all right, but it's kicked straight to Jackie Rushton, who's got it 40 out, slight angle.
He'll kick it his third goal of the afternoon here. He's kicked, like Cox Goodyear, kicked one in the second and one in the third. They've played on, though. They've had a shot at the goal, the Bombers, and they've put it through. That goes the way of Bennett. He's got his fourth, his first for the fourth quarter. And that takes that margin back beyond 100, Dave. It's out to 105 points. North Launceston, 36 goals, 36 shots at goal for the afternoon. I beg your pardon if you don't mind. 16-20, 116. North Hobart 1-5-11.
More injury worries, I think, for North Hobart. Young Callum Kilpatrick in trouble, Tony.
Yeah, he's got a ice pack's been strapped up to the very high up on the left thigh. He's sitting down. I suspect he won't be taking much further part either.
Jeez, rubbing salt in the wounds here, Maxie. The last thing they need is injuries to key players like Kilpatrick.
Absolutely. He needs to be up and about for their game. Oh, a bye next week, you said, Dave. Yeah, so we've got a bit of time to recover, but yeah, it's be good to see him out there rather than sitting on the pine.
Hardy and Donnelly went out in the ruck. Comes out to Bales now, spearing left foot ball, just out of the reach of Avent. Couldn't take it, was Bennett. He's got it now, though. Keeps the ball in play. Ground-grubbing kick inside 50. Might work for Rushton. Spins out of a tackle. Gave a little handball to Jeffries. Can't take it. Does now. It was a little bit late. He lacked support. Williams Senior gave a handball away and coming across and taking a nice mark there. I think that was Rowlands.
Norton.
Norton.
I've got them mixed up all day.
It's been difficult.
That little bit of blonde hair that's sticking out of the
and they've
helmet.
both got the helmet on, Dave. It's they've both been okay, I think, those two young boys. And that's a nice mark coming across, taken by Colgrove. That's the second time he's done that in this final term. Stood in front of the pack and clunked one. Plays on now, and again they go short. And he finds Barwick. Little push in the back from Whitney just for his trouble. Barwick goes short down the line to Jackson. 75 out from goal now. He goes long. Leafheber will have to go back and give a contest. Doing nicely in the front there. I think that's Nankervis. Outpointed his opponent, took a nice mark, and they switched to the outer side and they're away.
Bit of a mismatch there, Nankervis and Leafheber. As Stingle takes it, he's had a lot of it in this last quarter. Beautiful kick here towards Avent on the far side. He'd gone about his business pretty well today as well. Tough today for Maxie's Votes. Kick towards Jeffries. Talking of Votes, here's Withers. He's taking the mark 40 out, 45 degree angle. He, of course, kicked a couple of beautiful goals early in the game.
2 in that second quarter, in fact, Dave.
I was trying to look down on your sheet there, Butch.
I think he nearly got them going in that second quarter when the game was still sort of up for grabs. That had some dominance, but he really helped them put on the board. Moves
really well, does Daniel Withers, of course, won Association Best of Fairest in the NTFA. Hillwood and St Pat's. As in he comes. Long shot for goal here. Let's see how he goes. Gets good purchase. Fades. Close to the line. Over. Umpire strikes his breast there. It's another behind to North Launceston. We're in the dying seconds of this game. 26 and a half minutes gone. 16-21. 117 to 1-5-11. Take us through the siren, Bouch.
North Hobart bring it in. They go down the outer side looking for Sandrick. Battles on against 3 or 4 opponents, Sandrick. He'll be happy to force a ball up, and he does just that. He was surrounded by Bombers. Was able to hold it in, not give away the free kick. And they've got a stoppage in their defensive half. 70 out from the Northern Bombers goal. Dying moments, as Dave alluded to here at UTAS. It was been a very pleasant afternoon weather-wise in the end after a rather mixed morning. The fans that have braved the conditions have been rewarded with some fine weather, sunshine late in the afternoon. Coming through there was Avent. Gave a handball to Pearce. He runs to 40. Shot at the goal from Pearce. He's across the face again, and that's their 22nd behind for the afternoon, the Bombers. They've certainly missed some opportunities. Who knows what this margin could have been had they been a little bit more effective in front of goal.
We'll just wait. Sorry, Butch. Keep going.
They bring it back in, the Demons, but they found themselves in trouble. And finishing off for the afternoon, coming into a fairly comfortable goal there, is I think that was Avent coming through. Beats the siren. That is his first for the afternoon. The 17th of the Northern Bombers. And they've run out very convincing winners here this afternoon at UTAS Stadium. 17 goals, 22, 124. North Hobart 1-5-11. 113 points the margin in the end, Max.
Very little to take out of that game for North Hobart, I think. It's very disappointing effort for the team that they put out there. There's a lot of talent. Yes, there was a lot of talent missing, but they've still got some really good players. And I think for them to get something out of this game and out